great day, everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Tracy Ellis Ross arises as a guide of progress, her name inseparable from heavenly exhibitions, as well as a way of life that reflects the embodiment of plushness from the rambling spread of her manor that radiates extravagance to the smooth setup of vehicles, the effortlessness her carport every part of Tracy Ellis Ross' life lays out a representation of win. However the charm goes past physical, it stretches out to the domain of monetary victory, with total assets that reflect the levels of her multi-layered vocation. Every one of the subtleties you want are here in this video. We should make the plunge. Now Tracy Ellis Ross, a cultivated American entertainer, jokester, model, and television personality, boasts a total of 16 million eminent assets for her essential jobs in TV sitcoms like Lady Friends and Blackish. She has made a permanent imprint on media outlets. Her photography incorporates remarkable works, for example, Hanging Up Daddy's Daughters and The High Note. Notwithstanding her commitments to screen expressions, Ross is the pleased proprietor of an example. Magnificence of a hair care line, she is the daughter of the famous vocalist Diana Ross and music director Robert Ellis Silverstein in the underlying season. Tracee Ellis Ross procured $60,000 per episode, exhibiting her initial commitments to the hit show. In the meantime, her co-star and individual maker Anthony Anderson told a compensation of $100,000 for every episode during a similar period anyway, as the show got a partnership. Tracy's pay saw a significant lift, settling at $200,000 per episode, meaning a noteworthy $4,400 per season. Tracee Ellis Ross was brought into the world as Tracy Delight Silverstein in 1972 in Los Angeles, California. Her family foundation is an enrapturing mix of melodic heritage and different legacies brought into the world by the unbelievable Moan vocalist and entertainer Diana Ross and the music business director Robert Ellis Silverstein. Ross acquires a rich social embroidery with Jewish lineage on her dad's side. This diverse craftsman imparts her familial excursion to two sisters, Rhonda and Shna, as well as two stepbrothers Evan and Ross. Instructive way meshes through eminent organizations, molding her into the refined individual she is today. During her childhood, she went to the Dolphin School in Manhattan and Riverdale Nation School in the Bronx. Her mission for information drove her to live in school at the establishment La Rose in Switzerland, offering her a worldwide viewpoint and improving encounters. The summit of her scholastic process happened at Earthy Colored College, where Ross graduated with a degree in venue in 1994, equipped enthusiastically for human expression and a strong groundwork in her specialty. She dove into the universe of style, progressing consistently. Ross left her imprint as a model and contributed her bits of knowledge as a design manager to renowned distributions like New York and Mirabella magazines. In 1998, Tracee Ellis Ross ventured onto the TV stage, denoting the start of her acting process. Her presentation was in the NBC TV film named Race Against Dread. A decision time. In this grasping story, Ross depicted a previous secondary school track star wrestling with the apprehension about uncovering the maltreatment. She persevered from her mentor. This job exhibited Ross's capacity to dig into mind-boggling and impactful characters from the arrangement of her TV vocation. The year 2000 got a shift tone for Ross as she wandered into satire, gracing the MTV series The Lyricist Parlor Show. This novel program, mixing hip jump beats with different plays and outlines, furnished Ross with an open door to grandstand her comedic flair in an energetic, furthermore dynamic setting. Anyway, it was that very year that ended up being a defining moment in Ross' profession, as she got her cutting-edge job on the UPNCW sitcom Sweethearts. In this series, she epitomized the lead character, Joan Song Clayton, as a profoundly achieved and masochist legal counselor. The show, based on the existences of a gathering of African-American ladies, reverberated with crowds and partook in an effective run of 8 seasons and 172 episodes. Until 2008, Ross's heavenly execution procured her 2 NAACP picture grants, a demonstration of her capacity to carry profundity and credibility to her personality in the midst of the Sweethearts time. Ross showed her flexibility by showing up in different undertakings. She graced an episode of the sitcom the second time around and imparted the screen to her siblings Evan and Sovereign Latifah in the HBO TV film Life Support in the unfurling sections of Tracee Ellis Ross TV vocation. 2011 arose as a vital year, denoting her progress into 2 huge jobs after visitor appearances on Confidential Practice and CSI Crime Location Examination. Ross's next significant endeavor was on the Wagered Family sitcom, set out to find the underlying story, where she took on the lead job in the show's debut season. In this series, she depicted Dr. Carla Reed, a profoundly achieved clinician, exploring the many-sided balance between her fruitful vocation and the intricacies of day-to-day life. Ross' depiction was met with a case procuring her a surprising third NAACP picture, a demonstration of her capacity to carry credibility and appeal to her characters. The focus on Ross strengthened in 2014 when she got the job of Dr. Rainbow Johnson on the ABC sitcom Blackish, featuring close by Anthony Anderson. This character, lovingly known as Beau, turned into a focal figure in the series, and Ross' presentation earned far and wide acknowledgement. Her heavenly work on Blackish procured her different honors, including a few NAACP picture grants and selections for renowned distinctions like the Emmy and Screen Entertainers Society grants. Denai Ross's depiction of Beau's displayed her flexibility as an entertainer, catching the subtleties of cutting-edge relational peculiarities with humor and heart. Not satisfied with simply acting, Ross took on an imaginative job in 2019 when she co-made the Blackish side project named Mixedish Close by Kenya. This option for the establishment digs into the history of B's personality, giving a more profound comprehension of her childhoods in a blended race family. Ross's association reached out past the screen, as she likewise loaned her voice as the storyteller of the show, adding one more aspect to her commitment. The zenith of Ross' artistic excursion showed up in 2020 with her depiction of genius vocalist Effortlessness Davis in The High Note. This is obvious her most critical film job to date, and the film flaunted a troupe cast including Dakota Johnson, Kelvin Harrison Jr., Bill Pullman, Ice Solid Shape, and Eddie Adard Ross not just exhibited her acting ability, yet additionally made her singing presentation on the film's soundtrack adding a melodic aspect to her creative collection. The soundtrack highlights remarkable tracks like the lead single Love Myself alongside Stop Briefly New to Me Miscreant, and As I Do, permitting Ross to communicate her gifts in different creative domains. Other than being a magnificent entertainer, Ross has showed up in a modest bunch of music recordings during her vocation in 2004. Ross ventured into the lively domain of music recordings, propping the screen in Kanye West's The New Exercise Plan. The next year, Ross proceeded with her cooperation with Kanye West, showing up in the music video for Contact the Sky. After a break from music recordings, Ross got back to the scene in 2018, showing up in Drake's Decent. For what her consideration in this outwardly convincing undertaking denoted a resurgence of her presence in the music video scene, proceeding with her excursion in the visual narrating domain. Ross graced the screen in 2019 in Tyler, the Maker's Seismic Tremor. With all the achievements she has accomplished, she likewise claims numerous important resources. We welcome you to investigate here. House in California, Tracy Ellis Ross thoughtfully opened the entryways of her Hollywood Slopes habitation, offering a brief look into her warm and welcoming safe haven in 2017. She portrayed her home as a space that oozes warmth, well-being, and fun, notwithstanding its humble size, crossing 2,500 square feet with 3 rooms and 3 washrooms. Ross has transformed the 1930s Spanish-style property into an ideal safe house, emanating character and appeal. As one stages into her home, the creativity of Ross' tasteful decisions becomes obvious. The lounge, estimating 25 feet long, keeps up with its 1930s Spanish style, flaunting a unique chimney previously decorated in an inviting naval force blue. The lounge also includes a sofa of a comparative tint, creating an intriguing air. Ross' sharp eye for configuration reaches out to the bright parlor decorated with an origami bird versatile, a smart creation by a companion. Ross' house is a goldmine of stories and recollections. Everything conveys nostalgic worth in one-of-a-kind magazines, including French and Italian releases of Vogue antique keepsakes. For example, cake remains from Italy and gifts from friends and family, like the plant crate from her mom Diana Ross, add to the diverse appeal of her home. Ross, communicating her adoration for trees and green, has organized a space that reverberates with tranquil, hearty energies. The outside of Ross' house is similarly captivating, highlighting a rich lawn with numerous cleared porches, giving the ideal scenery for engaging or catching Instagram commendable minutes. The verifiable meaning of the 3-story slope home, underlying 1937, adds one more layer of caution to the property. Guests are welcomed by a rockyard, prompting a tiled patio, and a striking turquoise front entryway, establishing the vibe for the particular inside's Ross lounge area, before furniture rental flaunted an acrylic table and creature print seats exhibiting her benefits for novel and striking plan decisions. The family room, painted in dazzling white, makes a breezy and extensive feeling. Ross's room, washed in light, fills in as an individual sanctuary. Thanks for watching this video.